Welcome back to another cup of Joe
and Dakota.
Hope you're having another amazing Sunday, and hope you're some places the country is experiencing some crazy weather. Like here, it's like in the 90s.
That's what it sucks. But last week was like 60s. I was loving it. Almost broke out the flannels, and then no, that cool weather was like later.
Another thing, the hearts go out to those like in North Carolina who've been hit really hard with those that hurricane that just came through. So hope y'all are being safe over there, and that you guys can get through it. But then there's other parts of the country that are starting to see their first snow, so it's kind of crazy all around right now.
It's just that time of the year, Joe. Just that time of the year.
Yeah, that transition where one day it's 90 and next week it's going to be like 40.
You gotta wear your coat in the morning and shorts in the afternoon.
But to be prepared, we have these beanies.
You transition different than
I transition.
Though are dope though.
Yep. So a little off script here. He wants to do the coffee thing.
No.
I threw the beanie on because we're talking about weather.
Let's talk the beanies. I like the beanies. I'm proud of the beanies. I like the beanies.
So we're gonna have some beanies in our store starting tomorrow, Monday, and
it's very cool.
One size fits. I guess I gotta say most, but it should be all, because I have a big freaking head. He's got a small head.
Yeah, it fits
so,
both of us.
So if you have an XL head like mine,
or extra small like mine,
it's gonna fit really well. Either way, it's gonna fit really well. Yeah. So these will be available in our store, and tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow they go live.
Yeah.
Pum 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 pum.
So get ahead and prepare for winter. It will come. Just when
Eventually.
it will come. Well, just when it will come is when you want to get it. Because I don't know about you, but out here in Utah, where we live in Utah, we live just above the snow belt in the mountains here. Not quite in the mountains, but just on the snow belt. And some years, you'd be like, "Man, I'm gonna get myself a snowblower this year." Then you're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it." And then it just dumps on you. Then the next year, you're like, "Man, it was a bad winter last year. I think I'm gonna get a snowblower." And then you're like, "No," and you don't get a big snow the whole entire year. Yep. So, but what will happen, snow or no snow, there's gonna be some cold air, cold temperatures, and you're gonna need a beanie. So, head on over to KILTBEARDCO.com tomorrow, and they'll be available in our store. And
hats too.
Yeah, we still have our Richardson hats that are very stylish and great for any occasion. Even looks better on me, but that being said, I only can wear one hat at a time. Anyways, so yeah, so check those out, and
we got some beer tips for you.
Beer tips.
Some coffee tips.
Coffee tips. What's on the list?
Guys, we got pumpkin spice today.
Pumpkin spice?
We got pumpkin spice.
This is our first holiday coffee roast.
There's going to be a theme this next month, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here for it. I'm very excited. I could not be more enthused.
He's been talking about us for 2 weeks now, so the enthusiasm has been really there.
It's there.
It's like now it's here, and he's like,
so much. It's finally coming. Thank God. Anyway, pumpkin spice though, Joe.
Yep. It's that time of year. Like I said, beanies and pumpkin spice.
Right. If you guys could see Joe's front yard right now, he's a little bit ahead of time, but
Halloween's a thing.
It looks so good.
I've pulled back this year quite a bit.
He has. And I would almost say it almost looks better than last year.
I'd say it's a little bit more simplistic.
Yeah, like there's
a theme. We'll probably play a video here of it eventually.
Joe goes all out for the holidays.
Yes, I do like Halloween.
And it looks good.
Yep.
Anyway, so what is it? Shelbume Falls Coffee Roasters.
Yep, out of Massachusetts.
Still out of Massachusetts.
Yep.
We did not give up on that.
Nope.
This next month, we're kind of jumping around for the theme.
Right.
But we stayed in Massachusetts. And Joe.
Yep.
I want to hear your opinion on this.
So it smells great on the bean. Smells great when you blend it. Just that pumpkin spice that you want.
Yes, it does.
When you brew it, same thing. Yep. It smells like that. When you taste it, the pumpkin kind of disappears a little bit, but you have the clove, the nutmeg, and
exotic spices, they say on the back of the bag, Joe.
Yeah. Once again, I think sometimes you just gotta keep it simple, stupid. Just say what the top 3 or 4 notes are and let the person explore all the rest, maybe. Like for Dapper Gentleman, for example, I know I'm going a little like sidetrack here, but we put Vermont and vetiver. We also have like 3 other ones in there too, but those are the top and bottom notes.
I happen to have that one in today, so if the beard looks a little shinier, that's why.
So, but you can explore the rest of the notes. So, like, just keep it simple. Like, you have an idea of what you expect: a pumpkin, clove, and what did I say? The other one.
Did it say? Did it even?
No, but that's what I get for the exotic spice.
Yeah. I mean, it just says exotic spice.
And cinnamon. Let's just say cinnamon.
I mean, it's pumpkin spice. I mean, they vary.
But anyways, so sometimes I think that was the theme from last week and going into this week. Just say like the top 2 to 3 notes that you're supposed to be getting, and let the person explore the rest of them. Bright, shiny, plump, juicy, whatever the heck it was. Like, like exotic spices. It's like, did you get these from some kind of like ancient ruins in like Peru or something? I don't know.
Nutmeg.
Right.
Those are pretty exotic though.
They're exotic in the sense probably maybe they were exotic like 50 years ago. Now it's kind of like an expectation.
So back in like the early 1900s when you were alive.
Yeah, that's a whole other story right there. Our side story there with my daughter.
Inside joke. Sorry guys.
But yeah, no. It tastes fall.
Overall, Joe.
It tastes fall.
Did they hit the nail on the? I fucked that one up.
Hit the nail on the bean.
Hit the nail on the bean. Did they get? In your opinion, did they hit pumpkin spice? Because if you're advertising pumpkin spice, you better bring hot pumpkin spice to your coffee. Did they do it?
No.
No?
I think they got a good fall flavor, but if you're having pumpkin spice being bold letters,
okay,
I don't think they hit that. But again, a fall flavored, fall feeling like overall, yes, I do think they got it. But it doesn't say a fall autumn flavor. It says pumpkin spice.
Where does it fall short on being pumpkin spice?
You just said it. I think it falls short on pumpkin spice.
So the pumpkin part, not so much the spice.
Right, and the pumpkin part, not the spice part. Okay. Like I said, you got the nutmegs, the cloves, the cinnamon, and whatever else that's more fall-like. You got all that in there, but I don't feel the pumpkin part of it all. So what about yourself? You're like, Joe, I don't agree with you. So,
dude, I don't. I
see,
I
look at
do not agree whatsoever, Joe. At first, the first taste, right? I will say this. This was the first time in a long time that I've taken a sip of coffee and burnt the ever-living crap out of my tongue. So that could be skewing what I'm tasting. I just want to disclose that
burnt ends
currently, but the tip of my tongue right now is very burnt.
Okay.
Anyway, that being said, I wasn't too sure on the first sip. I was like, the pumpkin was a little leery. It
tastes good.
Where's the pumpkin? You even mentioned like you're thinking about this way too hard. I don't know, Joe. I disagree with that. I was trying to gauge because we've been talking, and you go to these big name stores that sell coffee. We won't name names, but there's a lot of sugar. There's a lot of extra BS in it. Not that there's not any BS in this. I mean, pumpkin spices,
a flavor.
It's a flavoring, right? Yeah. Like you can't get around that. But what I did notice is the spices, like you were saying, are very upfront. Like there's spices. Like there's definitely nutmeg. There's allspice. Those warming fall autumn flavors, right? The pumpkin wasn't necessarily, in my opinion, up front, right? But as we were sitting here and just talking and going over what we were going to do, and even at the beginning of this video, just talking, I felt like I had just eaten like a pumpkin pie, like I spoke about a couple weeks ago, a pumpkin roll. Like, I felt like I just ate any of that, right? Like anything pumpkin involved.
Okay.
That has spice on it, you know? So I would say they hit it right on the bean.
All right.
Like I would, for being, granted this is the only pumpkin spice one we've had, I would give
which
it
will
like,
change.
I would give it like an 8 out of 10 in my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm in the 7-8 range. Like it's a really good autumn one. And
if it was cold outside and we were doing this outside,
we might raise it up a little bit more.
This is, if I had to wear a hoodie or a flannel, have my sweats on, maybe a cool Kilt Beard Company beanie, I would, that would be hard to beat. This is, I would say this is one of the better ones we've had in Massachusetts.
Well,
my opinion.
No, that part I agree with. I just think that, well, like I told you before we started this episode here, we get so skewed if you've been to a coffee shop that puts all these pumps of sugar, lattes, and everything in there, of what pumpkin spice probably should taste like. This is probably what it should taste like, and trying to wrap your brain around of all the sugars and all that other stuff like that enhances artificially what you're tasting there. I think this does a wonderful job on what it's trying to deliver. I just want a little bit more pumpkin, but I'm not saying that they don't have all the fall flavors. So I don't think we're too far apart. And maybe it's just my taste buds are off, and I just don't taste the pumpkin as much.
Maybe mine are out there. I burnt the shit on the end of my tongue.
But nonetheless, would I would buy this again? Yes, I would definitely stock this up. And have it for fall, 100%. It's good.
Would you recommend it to somebody?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I would 100% also recommend it to somebody. I would say, though, if you are one of those frequent customers that get pumpkin spice lattes or anything like this on your way to work and, it's just full of sugar. You're just looking for that sugar and caffeine rush.
Right.
I don't know if this is gonna be the right coffee for you
No,
because
it's not.
your taste buds are so now accustomed to super sweet. And this I would not say is a. I would say it has a sweetness to it, but it's not super sweet.
Yeah.
Like the way I explained it to Joe earlier was, you know my analogy is on chocolate, but it's the easiest way to explain this. If somebody hands you a piece of dark chocolate, you think it's gonna be milk chocolate, so you take put the whole piece of chocolate in your
Right.
mouth, and it's bitter, and there's not a lot of sweetness to it. That's what this one is. And dark chocolate, I prefer dark chocolate
Right.
in my world, right? Like milk chocolate's good every once in a while, but I prefer dark chocolate. So that's, I think, why I gravitate more towards this instead of all that other stuff. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
I would 100% 8 out of 10.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely go buy it if you're wanting just
No,
like
it's really good.
good fall drink to drink in the mornings, afternoons, nights, whenever you decide to brew a cup of Joe.
It might even be good. Weirdly enough, it might be good cold brewed even. Weirdly
I can
enough,
see that. I
you
can
know,
see that happening.
I think it might actually be pretty good cold brew actually.
I'm gonna try it. I always like
Yeah.
cold brew.
But yeah, what kind of pumpkin spice autumn delicious goodness are you drinking out there? I'd love to hear it.
Give the video a like.
Subscribe.
Oh, it worked. Yeah, Shelbume Coffee Roasters. You guys, I would say, I wouldn't say hit it out of the park, but you definitely got like what, a double.
Double.
You definitely hit the ball and
Right.
got some runs in.
Got some action going there.
You moved around the bases a couple times. Anyway, sorry for the baseball reference.
No, you're fine. So I might as well just give a coffee tip right there. Let's talk about coffee. So my coffee tip is what I've learned is about day 10, day 14, after your bean has been roasted, is the best time to have the coffee. So that 4 days, that 10 to 14 days, it's the best time to have a newly roasted bean, whole bean.
Yeah, you gotta let everything kind of associate.
Yeah, it's just like barbecue and roasting things.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't ever eat a steak right off the grill, man. Like let it sit.
yeah, we'll let it settle.
Let it sit.
So you have up to 90 days to drink it, and then really you're just gonna lose all that coffee love
In an
there.
airtight container though. Don't just this will be gone in like a couple of days. But,
Right.
like, don't leave it like this. Like get you a nice container, a mason jar for house. Like pour the beans in there, put that lid on nice and tight. You'll be good. But don't, and in a dark place. Don't leave it in the sun. Like
A dark,
just
cool place.
Don't let it get all hot and humid and no.
So some people would say that you could put it in a freezer to freeze the beans and maintain it. It does it to an extent, but you know what? Like either you got the bean at the wrong time, or you bought too much, to the point where you shouldn't be doing that anyway. So we usually buy the beans within 2 to 3 weeks of us actually showing it on the show here, so we're getting the best
Ample
bean
amount of
flavor.
on
Yeah.
that.
I'm not sure how to explain that, but anyways, it's at the best state to drink it, and yeah, so 10 to 14 days after roast, best time to drink it, and no more than 90 days, and then drink up.
Go get some Shelbume pumpkin spice coffee.
Hey, funny thing. So we were looking for all the coffees for the month. I come across their site in Massachusetts, and it said like 3 or 4 days before it's available. I'm like I want to push the button. I got it like on a timer and everything. I put a calendar invite to myself to make sure I push the button, and I finally got it. And so we've been like, this was the last one of the month. So I've been staring this on the shelf like, one more week down. Almost autumn flavors are coming.
So there was some hype between me and Joe on
Yes,
this
there
one,
was.
and I feel like
I think that might have been, yeah,
I felt like it kept the hype. Like I wasn't disappointed with it.
a little bit about the rub about the whole thing is like we've been hyping each other up like, it's this pumpkin spice time, and yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, folks, and it's getting cold. It hopefully should be getting cold. At least here in Utah, it should hopefully be getting cold.
Yeah, those
Cooler.
cooler.
At night, it's nice.
Yeah, the leaves are starting to come off at nighttime because it's
But,
getting cool enough. But
You know, this is a beer channel. We do talk about coffee though.
yes,
There's been something that a lot of people have been asking for, Joe,
tell me about it.
and I think it's finally coming to fruition.
We're working on it.
I don't think it's going to be here before the holidays, unfortunately.
Probably not realistically.
But you've got these guys, right? Little breaking beard here. I'm not going to show what's in my hand here, but you got a nice whatever. You did a hell of a job, Joe. Look at these freaking sample bottles that Joe found. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will have samples soon. Probably not before the holidays, unfortunately, but like look at this. He found like an exact replica of this. Like just miniaturized. Look at that. Look at that.
It's mini bottle.
Freaking adorable. Anyway. Man, we have beards. Anyway. It's freaking awesome. So
that's the first step.
We check that off the list.
Right, you found the bottle.
On to how we get it to you guys, how we put labels on it, how we tell you what's in it. It's a work in progress, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
It's not an overnight thing. Everything takes time.
And just to be, full transparency, when you have a small business, things go a little bit slower. You don't have teams and
this is what you got here, guys.
Right, you got your press. This is your press. So it's a thought of, what does the competition look like? What do we want to make sure that how we want to represent ourselves through our samples? Because we have a standard that we hold for ourselves, and make sure we reach that standard.
This took a lot of time and effort,
right,
guys, to come up to this.
And you may be asking out there, it's just a bottle with a dropper. So let me just expand on it 20 seconds.
So many different options.
So you got the size, the color. Do you want to have a screw down? So just a part in your hand. Do you want to have a dropper, or do you want to have like a dispenser kind of a thing on top, like a nozzle? So all these things come into play. Then you guys start thinking about how many of these are you going to provide in a sample pack at one time. How big the sample pack is going to be. It's going to be glass, so will it protect it enough? So all these things play into the thought process, which in the upcoming weeks we're going to start sharing a little bit of that thought process that goes behind the scenes, if you will. Like it's going to be quick bites. It's not going to be a documentary or anything like that, but which I can easily do, but because I'm an informational person. But so I'll let you guys know the process, and let you guys know who are out there and really want to try sample packs, or are interested in sample packs.
They're coming.
They're coming, but at the same time, if you want to share some thoughts or what you like about other company sample packs, your expectations, how many you want in there, I'll share that input, because ultimately we're making this for you, not for us. So we're trying to present the best product for you, basically. So I think that's like 35 seconds. But anyways, so those are being worked on. They are coming. There's no date for that yet, because there's the next steps of a box, graphics, and the container in which it's going to be in. All that takes time and prep, and then there's copywriting and everything like that. So so that's where we're at with that. They are coming. So if you're looking for those, just be patient. But at the same time, I'd love to mention, in lieu of all that, we do offer a scent guarantee. So if the scent is it seems maybe radical to you, that you just want to, hey, I want to try a new scent, it just doesn't connect with you, just let us know. We'll swap it with something else, no problem. So so we have that in the meantime, while we work on the sample packs, and continue to deliver a premium product to you.
On that note, though, there's some exciting stuff coming.
Yes, next week.
We're not going to say, though, but there is some exciting. We've talked about it enough in previous videos. We've got some exciting stuff coming. Maybe if you're a frequent watcher on our social medias, on maybe Wednesday, maybe sooner, maybe a little later, you might know what we're talking about. And I could not be any more excited than to introduce you guys to what we have coming. But
I think he's excited about the coffee here,
guys. Anyway, so just for reference,
right? Here's
your beer tip, guys.
Okay, beer tip.
So personally, this guy right here, this nice little guy, I use just maybe a half dropper of this, put it on my hand, rub it in, go like this. This beautiful beast of a beard. What do you use, Joe?
About 2 to 3 droppers.
Are you just like an in-hand thing? Are you like a drop on there?
No, I'm an in-hand thing, because ultimately you're going to have to use your hands anyways.
Yeah.
But no, I do 2 droppers underneath to get really into the skin, because it's really for your skin. And then I got one more for the scent and to just kind of make it all look shiny and stuff like that. So
in other words, for all you gentlemen out there with just a nice, tight beard, 1 ounce bottle, probably last you the month.
Right.
If you're one of those gentlemen with a
substantial,
substantial.
Sounds better.
Shots fired. All right.
Well,
get you the 2 ounce bottle. It's probably gonna last you a month. So like,
a month and a half.
Month and a half. Yeah. Like, so just a general ladies, if you're thinking about gifts, just maybe take a look, see what you got. Just a little insight to what we use. That's our personal opinion.
Right.
I tend to like put enough. Joe likes to get it in there.
Well, the other thing is the type of beard you have.
And plus, you're putting on your mustache. I'm using other things in my mustache.
Yes.
So there's also that aspect too. We'll talk about that maybe later this week.
Yeah. So this next week here. So the next a cup of Joe and Dakota.
Whoa.
What?
Don't tell them too much.
I'm not telling too
Don't
much.
tell too much.
I'm telling enough to make sure they listen in here
Okay.
for next week. So we're gonna get into our holiday products, our sets, our idea of coffee idea, and all these other fun things that we're gonna be doing, at least for us. And you know, when you're working, you gotta have fun too. So so all these fun things that are coming to you guys, and things that we get to like finally just get to. I would say play with, but like
Release.
share
to the world.
Yes.
Share to you guys.
You know,
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, guys, this has been probably the first single product besides the beard elixir that I have been a substantial beginning idea to end product, been a part of it the entire way, and I'm so stoked to tell you guys about it.
so all positive and negative comments go to this guy.
I was probably literally the test dummy the whole way through. So we'll talk more on Wednesday about that.
With that said, let's end on you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, pumpkin spice for you. Go get you some. Samples, they're coming. Breaking Beard, the kitchen sink of Kilt Beard Company. You can't go wrong with it. If you are going to get one product for that special someone, the son, the friend that has a beard, Breaking Beard, and it comes in a balm and oil and butter now.
The butter's awesome. So
Can't go wrong with it.
nope.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.